All right. Getting everyone added.
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah. It's gonna keep flapping open. Yeah. Spring broke.
All right, let me get it.
Turn it. Oh, I think Caleb gonna probably have a Wi-Fi problem tonight. No, he at work. I see he at work.
Walmart Wi-Fi. What?
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
What's up? Look at this. 4 minutes early, Lord.
Man, goodness gracious.
Lightning strike 12.
I'm just glad we had it figured out because last week was obviously a little bit of a.
It's been 2 weeks in a row. We're not talking. Actually. Hey, well now we're starting a new streak. The good way. Yeah.
Never hurts to try. Okay, so we've got some people. Hey, Mary. Yes, here I go again. I know, except for I got everybody on this time, Mary. Okay, listen. we're on a good foot here. How are you guys doing tonight?
Well, I'm good. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Good day, though.
Yeah. So Jonathan, I was actually in Arkansas. I want to say I was actually in Arkansas this past weekend. I was up in Rogers.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It's pretty nice.
It's beautiful up there. Yeah. I mean, it was a little hot when there's no clouds kind of covering anything or something. It's gonna bake. Man. Oh yeah. Mary wants to see all your trophies, Jonathan.
That's not all of them, but that's.
Oh, I know. No, it's not. You're very, very decorated. Very, very well decorated. So, but yeah. So we'll go ahead and kind of get started. That way, as people join in, they can ask questions and whatnot. But I guess we should just kind of start by introducing you. Our guest tonight is Jonathon Foster. He is, I consider him, a very, very wise and very professional handler and dog breeder and owner. But one of the things that I find that he does that is very intriguing, and basically why we wanted to bring him on here tonight, is because he actually also has his dogs perform in performance sports. Not just conformation shows. So he does a lot of things, and it's kind of brings into light the versatility of our own breed. So, Jonathan, introduce yourself. Tell us basically how you got started with this. Like when you got your first bully, and what kind of veered you in the direction of showing and performance.
Well, let me see here. Oh, about 20 years ago, my cousins had some pit bulls they did weight pull with, and I had a pit bull, then a backyard bred dog that got into that with him, and just started trying sports out from there. We'd go do dock diving at we had music events here in Little Rock, whatnot. They had dog events, so we figured we'd try it out. Actually, we won the first one we ever entered with a bully, the Rizzo. I think he was jumping like 15 feet that time.
Okay, that's
it. God damn.
And then really with the bullies, you go to the show and you get bored sitting there all day. And they're sitting there, they've got people running around with their Yorkies and poodles doing all the different events, so I figured I'd do them too.
I don't blame you. Last UKC show I went to, I mean, they were doing like lure coursing and whatnot. I just remember watching it and just being like, this is almost boring compared to that. But yeah, that sounds about right. The right way to kind of get into it. It's like, oh, that was better over there.
They usually love the lure coursing. Once they learn it takes a plastic bag, there's never one that's safe again. They see one running across the field and they're jacked up. You better hold on to them.
An unhappy byproduct.
Yeah. But it's easy to teach them that one. You just tie a plastic bag on the end of a flirt pole and they'll have it down in 5 minutes.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So when it comes to performance, in a general sense, like you know, described putting like just a plastic bag on a flirt pole, you know, to gauge and to train and everything. But before you even go that far, is there a way that you've learned to kind of look at your own dogs or anybody else's and kind of determine whether or not they would actually do well at any kind of performance sports? Is there like a kind of trick of the trade that you
Not
know?
really. Just, I personally, I like the dogs that are aloof. They don't need you to entertain them.
Yeah.
But for the dogs that do the sports, you just pretty much try it. I haven't found one that doesn't like something. You know, whether it's a lot of them, they'll like the dock diving, but they won't jump. They'll run at the end of but they'll break your arm to get there.
Yeah, I have a water baby, but like I'm pretty sure that he's got the density of a clap star, so I'm pretty sure even if he did jump, he'd just sink right to the bottom.
He might fall in, not go far, give him a little life vest.
Sink like the Titanic. He just gone. He's just heavy.
Do you have a makeshift course that you have with them at? You got a pond or something that they jump in?
Yeah, I've got 2 ponds here that they just play in constantly, but the dock diving water is different. It's usually clear, and it takes a little more to build their confidence where they'll jump into that. You got to go to that event, and they've got little dock or ramp off to the side of the dock, and you'll just basically start swimming in off of that. But at home, when you got the ponds, there's one back there, you can't see it, but you'll basically get them just jumping in off a little ledge, you know, chase a stick and jump in off a 6-inch ledge, and you'll build them up to the high side where they'll kind of cannonball off in there. And then what you want to do, if you want to get good at the dock dive and you want them to chase the stick, keep it right in front of their mouth when you throw it and all that. It's a little trickier, but getting them to jump in for the first part.
Is that your favorite performance sport?
It's probably the dogs. Lure coursing and dock diving is probably the dog's favorite. They'll break out of a crate to go do those. You got to have them zip tied shut and everything.
Hey, that's some drive. Dang.
True. Is it case or other registry doing?
I can't hear.
Yeah, there was a little bit of breaking up. Oh, I think I heard Caleb ask if it was UKC or.
Yeah, that's all I heard. UKC.
Is what?
Yeah.
We try to compete with whatever event will let us.
Yeah. Because I know that UKC events, they'll post like if they have any performance sports on top of the confirmation. And I think UKC, they'll allow altered American Bullies to perform like the fast cats and B cats and everything like that.
That's AKC.
Yeah, AKC, yeah. But UKC, I think it's obviously it's kind of a free for all, I imagine, right?
You can do the try-its for fast cat without having to neuter your animal. It's like if you cut your balls off and get your AKC title. I'm not doing that for it, but you can still do try-its. It just doesn't count. Yeah. We do that. We went host the weight pull at the AKC Olympics the last few years, and that was always fun getting the random small dogs in there competing.
Yes, sir.
It was they would have like 16 events there, and I think we could have done like 8. But
still a busy fight card. That's a lot.
Yeah,
it's still a lot.
Yeah, hosting the weight pull, you can't really get away to go do much, but there's still a lot of fun, a lot going on there. But even though there's APA Nationals. I've got a Brendel that went to APA, which is weight pull, the
Mhm.
serious dog, and he got a second place there. Was only 99 pounds short of most weight pull,
How much
which was
was
pretty
he
good for a
pulling?
bully. It's 4,000 something maybe. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Then the next year I pulled 13,000, and
Heavyweight.
so
Them the heavyweights there.
Jeez,
it all depends how it's set up.
that is crazy. So is the
I
go ahead, Jeff.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, like, if the like the point system, all that stuff is similarly tiered as it would be with confirmation, or is that a bit different now with performance?
Well, they each got they're similar, and they both get points to get to certain things, but it's not the same at all. With the dock diving, you got to jump certain distances, and it depends on the organization you're with. Some of them you have to jump between two certain, like 10 foot and 15 foot to get that title, but other ones, as long as you jump beyond 10 foot, it all adds together. Everybody's different, and even with the weight pull, some of them, like UKC, has a max of 65%, just times their weight that they'll let them pull. And then other places, I've seen 300 and I think 13 times their weight.
Mercy.
Hey, look,
The title.
do you got a track at your house, or you just use sleds?
I actually have track in the shop, but I use the sleds more than anything.
Okay. I still
The
got some
window
stuff.
weights on chains are real good.
Yeah. I sold my sled. I used to be into that a little bit, but I still got a couple harnesses and stuff like that. And also got a wagon. I still got a wagon and everything with like tires,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It don't take much. That's what I like about weight pull. It's the cheapest sport.
Yep.
You get that harness. I have harnesses that were hand me down that I got 20 years ago, and I'm still using.
Dang.
It's the only thing I know of that lasts.
Yeah.
And you got a little bit on weight, some steel. That never goes bad.
Yep.
You can go through dogs, but then weight pull toys will always be there for them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I've seen so Mary Scribner, she also posted pretty much throughout the last like year or so. I guess she's been doing it with her pocket females.
Yeah, hell on
Hell
wheels.
on, yeah, and then I think she's got Hell on Wheels' daughter Emily. Who's
Yeah,
she's
serious
doing it
too.
now, and it's just wild to see something like that small pulls so much weight. It's really really impressive. Just from seeing it, I can only imagine actually physically being there and kind of feeling the
Yeah.
energy in the room.
With the bullies, they have all that muscle. They've got to be able to use it. There's no point in having it
Yeah,
if you can't walk around and use it.
absolutely. Yeah, Bruce, you need to get Mark in there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Get to work.
You'd be surprised, man. We have 8-pound poodles and papillons, beagles, whatever you name it. Do it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you own other breeds besides American Bullies, or are you just
No,
strictly American
it's
Bullies?
just bullies.
Yeah, nice.
I want a
Yeah,
Frenchie, but it's gonna have to be the right one, and I'll wait for it.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'd be the same way, Jonathan. When it comes to Frenchies, I'd be hyper specific. But
yeah. Yes, man. Exciting to be actually going to one of those events, man. I need to look into it and see. I'd like to watch that.
Oh man, my biggest advice on that is just join in. It's
Yeah,
it's one thing to sit at home and try to learn, and you're asking questions from people, and most of the time they don't do it. The ones that are answering you, so just show up
yeah,
and try it. Talk to the people that are there doing it. Like I said, we
yeah.
won our first dock diving event. We showed up with a stick. Everybody else had $40 toys. You know, you just never know. Go have fun.
total improv,
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the events? Like, where do we hear about these events so we can actually partake in them?
Oh, you got to pretty much watch the websites and different canine, I guess, Facebook groups. You got the UKC page with their um, the show calendar, and then everybody else is just so spread out with the different organizations.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
NAD, and then North American Dock Diving, Super Retriever Series for dock diving. That's my favorite there. Let me see. Then weight pull, you got Iron Dog, APA, ADBA, UPF, and Watson actually came up 1 rep short of an ADBA Nationals trophy last year. He moved the weight. No, third place dog never moved it, and just ran out of time.
Dang. You said that was ADBA?
ADBA, yeah, with the real dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They say bullies aren't show dogs, bullies aren't sport dogs. I like to go find out, see where we hang out with them,
Well, they
And
obviously
right
some
now,
can hang, so it's, yeah.
he came up a rep short there at ADBA Nationals, right? And then he's #1 overall dog in ICKC, which is AKC, UKC, and FCCI dogs. It means something to me there, competing against all the
Oh, absolutely.
fancy ones.
Absolutely. I think I've heard of the ICKC. I want to say Mary also shows there as well, and she brought it up, and she was saying that the judges are from all these other prestigious registries, international and whatnot. And so I was like, oh wow, okay, so you win there, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, nice.
He's been doing great though.
Is so you have out of your bullies, who is your most decorated?
It's got to be Watson.
Watson.
Yeah, he's probably got 25 titles and then all the show stuff.
Yeah.
I had a couple other ones that Lala, she's probably got 7 titles. Rizzo 12. Marlo probably had half a dozen.
Wow.
But Watson, the one, he's the one that's been shining lately.
He's the one. He's a beautiful.
Yeah, we're getting some other ones ready, waiting for next year.
Nice. That's.
Hey, so do you have a breeding program as well?
Yeah. I'm not so much as a breeder. I'm just now getting started out to me. I've had some litters over the year, but I'm just now getting to where I'm really trying to put some dogs out. We've got 4 or 5 champions and multi-title dogs, but I feel like as a breeder, I'd just be getting started on that.
Yeah.
I've been focused on sports and learning and the ring and all that.
Yeah. But when you're breeding, do you do like specific breedings for like these other events? Like, is there characteristics that you want to try to bring out to be able to weight pull and, duck dive and things like that?
No, more or less on that, I'm just keeping them to where it's the bully. I'm breeding for bullies. Like, I don't want standard bullies. I want classics, but I'm breeding where it's still a dog.
Yeah.
I'm not breeding for it can do events. I just want it to be capable of being that ultimate companion.
Yeah.
If you want to go do something, it can go do it. If you want to nap, it'll nap. These are lazy dogs. He ain't done nothing since we've been out here but lay here and look at me, walk around a little bit.
Bunch of potatoes.
Yeah.
Hey, so the question Matthew Gibb asked, what's the most your dogs have ever pulled?
The most percent-wise would be Lala, my Castro daughter. She pulled 122 times her weight. It was just under 7,000. And then Rizzo pulled, it was like 7,200, and it was 100 times his weight.
Yeah.
And then he got 5th place.
Oh.
Pulled all that weight and got 5th. That's mind blowing.
Those nationals, I was happy, but I'd have liked a little more.
Yeah.
We're trying for 10 grand this year.
There we go.
Dang.
We'll see.
Yeah. Is it breed specific? Do you go against just other dogs of the same breed?
No, it's everybody. It doesn't matter. With the ADBA, you've got the pit bulls, and let me see. They've got the working pit bull dog, which is basically an athletic XL bully, and pit bulls that you go against there. And then UKC, they don't really have a nationals, but everybody else, it's whoever showed up. I think the PA nationals last year, a little fluffy dog won out of everybody. Badass.
Yeah, they have all kinds
That's
of
one of
dogs
my
in that thing.
parts of weight pull is the random dogs.
Yep. American Bulldogs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Matt Gibbs had a question. He was asking, what's your opinion on the, he said Whopper bred dogs being used for weight pulling?
That's what they were
what
bred
started
for.
out on. That's what started it out.
I feel like that's what started the XL, you know?
Yeah.
Don't fix what's not broken.
Yes.
Well,
Actually, I can tell you.
none of them
Actually,
pull anymore.
yeah. Some of them do. When they started that
The
off,
Whopper dogs, but not our XL
no.
bullies, you
Oh
know?
yeah. You're right.
You hardly ever see one show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they would grab a hold of their roots, you know? Them big, impressive 120-pound dogs plus. I'd love to see that going down the track. Big bad bullies.
Mm-hmm.
No telling what that could pull.
Yep.
That's a real weightlifter,
Yeah,
you
they
know?
got up to like 14,000 pounds, maybe 15 sometimes.
Hmm.
It's big.
That's crazy.
I think one of the tracks, somebody's track broke a couple months ago at
12.
12,000. Yeah, it was. I couldn't tell you who it was.
Yeah.
But it was this year.
Dang. That's unfathomable. I just can't. I can't even I can't even process the.
It's on railroad tracks, but that's still a hell of a lot of weight, no matter how you
Oh,
put it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah. I mean, I haven't tried to do any of my dogs when it comes to the weight pulling, but I did do. I did have Adonis do one of those test runs on the Fast Cat, and it's I've never seen something that big move that fast. I mean, first run,
They figure that one out quick.
huh?
They figure that one out quick.
Oh yeah, just like you said, it's a plastic bag, and he just went. So I think they clocked him at 19 miles an hour on his first run.
Oh yeah. That reminds me. Me and Rizzo, we went to a dock diving event in Fort Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and they had the there with a radar gun that was finding everybody that was chasing a short lure course. And the board all weekend, the fastest dog was the police canine at 27 miles an hour. I got Rizzo up there, and he hit 31. And then we started that whole you can't outrun the police thing. They brought out all three of their dogs, and none of them got over 27. Rizzo never was under 30. And boy, was
That's intense.
good time.
Yes.
And they're not even drivey dogs. They're lazy,
Right.
just want to lay in your lap dogs, you know?
When they're not moving, they're
Yeah.
potatoes, but when they are moving, it's that. That's insane.
And with the weight pull, it's easier than you think.
Yeah.
You know, you just basically hook them up to a lightweight and you say, come here, buddy, and it's how bad does he want to come to you? And they want to come to you. They love you.
That
Yeah.
ain't
They
me,
want to do
Amanda.
what you ask them, you know?
That ain't me, Amanda.
I tried not. I'm fighting every impulse I have not to say complete. But yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, normally Bruce has the trains in the background, so it's usually that's the case. But
I didn't even hear it.
I'm trying to add Caleb back in. His there he is.
I'm back. I don't know why I keep kicking me off every time.
Yeah. Welcome back.
But so I know that I know we'd asked you, or I'd asked you earlier, but Matthew wanted to have you reiterate how much weight was the most weight one of your dogs pulled?
Oh, well, Lala, she pulled 122 times her body weight. It's around 7,000, and then Rizzo's best was hit 100 times his body weight, which was 7,200.
Please, that's nuts.
Checks out every time, don't it?
That's just nuts.
That's a lot of weight
It's a lot of weight.
for dogs
It's a lot of
that
weight.
size.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hate stacking all that block. You gotta keep moving all them weights all day. It's not the funnest part of it.
Oh yeah. I'd imagine it isn't, but at the same time, like if they're driven and they know that they're making you happy by doing that, I'm sure they're more than willing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when there's a snack back at the crate.
You're not above bribery.
Not at all.
Awesome. So as far as the dogs that you are planning, or do you have aspirations to kind of spread out, and where would that be going? Anything?
I hadn't really figured it out, really. I'm building most of it around Castro and Watson, but I'm
Hmm.
also using standard and pocket studs to add the features we need. And using the Castro and Watson, hopefully with all that clean structure and that ability to be a dog, we're not going to lose too much. Because
Yeah.
like we got Jaws 2 daughters, Clico daughters, and we're
Oh,
working
okay.
on a few other things,
Yeah,
Sure.
Hey, let me
That's
know
nice.
if you want to. Let me know if you want to add some Whopper blood to your line. I got some.
really.
Man, I just don't want to pick up after them. Them big dogs.
Hey, I mean, 130 pounds. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what that'll be good for you, man.
It's a
Yeah, but going
person.
talk
It's a
shows, and I've got
person.
to pick it up every time, man.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate
But
it.
imagine the
Every one day.
way that it could pose on it.
Yeah. You said
Hey,
you got
what?
Jaws 2? Jaws 2 puppies?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey and
Produce. Do
what?
what?
Corey and Lauren Eccles on Jaws 2, right?
Yeah,
J2?
he's got.
Yeah. Beautiful dog.
He's a bad dude. He's the truth. He's a solid bully front and back. He produced, gave me everything I was looking for.
Yes. Sorry, Bruce.
Those girls will be out next year.
Yeah.
I think Mary, you mentioned, she's got some pictures of Left Foot at the last AKC event.
I believe she does. Yeah. Yeah. I always look forward to because she also got I can't remember when, but it was relatively recently. She got a new setup, and so her action shots are just killer. Like they're amazing. So she's got all these beautiful, performance shots. It's been really interesting to kind of, see how these dogs look
Yeah.
in motion and just seeing.
I hate waiting until next year for our next weight pull. Hoping we figure out something between now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
Adam
yeah.
asked a question. He said, I'm late to the party. At what age do you start introducing the dogs to weight pulling?
Ooh, good question. Yeah.
With that, the more you do it, the earlier you'll start. With your first dog, don't start till 6, 7 months. As long as you can keep your ego out of it and don't push it. Like
could
that's
I
what you have to learn.
could I
Me,
say
I'm gonna,
something too?
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you how I started my puppies out young, like eight
yeah,
weeks. But what I would do, I would tie jugs behind them. I would get a small harness and
yeah,
tie jugs behind them so it could make up some noise and let them pull. You know what I'm saying? To get them
yeah,
used to that,
Yeah.
the harness and everything, and get them
yeah,
used to like noise and stuff like that. And then
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, you just at that point you're just teaching them the idea. You're imprinting
yeah,
on them, and that's where it's hard to recommend that to other people because they'll want to put 5 pounds, 10 pounds on there, and they start
you
trying
can't
to see.
you
What,
can't do
No,
that.
the more you do
Hey,
it, the
that's
they're
earlier
how
not
you'll
you
start.
break
ready.
one. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
you break one. You'll break one like that
Oh,
early.
absolutely.
Yeah,
All
Yeah, they're not.
head too. The weight
yeah,
pull, like the dog is more than strong enough. He's gonna pull more than you think. I promise. But
yeah,
he has to convince himself he can do
Mhm.
it. And as long as you don't break his mind, keep his head right, and he always wins that pull, he'll always win.
Yeah.
You know,
mm-hmm.
that's the trick. But I
Cause
start
see,
my puppies young. Yeah,
once he get that weight
Yeah.
moving, oh, it's
yeah,
just about a wrap. Then if
Oh
he ever
yeah.
can get it moving,
hell yeah.
It's just being able to
And then
lurch it forward.
and you do that the first 8 weeks to 6 months maybe, and then you start with your real
putting
lightweight
weights.
or two, and you
Yeah,
start looking a little more, and then you
Mhm.
just build up. I like the long pull to teach your method because you do long light pulls, a couple 100 yards. That way, at first it's too light for the dog and it might want to run,
Yeah.
but once you
Mhm.
get down there and you're coming back, it's heavy and the dog slows down, but it's not heavy enough that it stops the dog. It'll keep
Right.
walking, and it'll build up the form. It'll start putting its feet in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever? Is there any kind of like not necessarily like equation or calculation, but to obviously when you're training a dog at that young of age, you know, you have the, you know, the bone and the joint development, you know, issue where you don't want to obviously push them too far. Otherwise you're going to cause issues as they age. Is there any kind of way to determine basically when it's best to like to stop that or to kind of reduce, or?
It's really common sense, you know. It's just keep it light, you know. You
Yeah.
don't have to. I think you got muted. No, you keep it light. You don't have to wait till they're 2-year-old to start competing. If you wait till then, you're not gonna truly compete. Like,
Right.
you might be good and be a good weight pull dog, but it's not gonna be the best of the best if you wait
Right.
till then. A lot of the best of the best, the national champions, are doing it before they turn 2 or right around then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, the only injuries I've seen from weight pull are a broken toenail.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They always
Is
talk
that,
about messes up their hips. I've got OFA good and OFA excellent hips on the dogs we have pulled that and tested.
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. Now, Adam had asked a question earlier, and I couldn't remember if I'd asked this before. Now, as far as the performance sports go that you train and partake in, is hunting at all in that, or is it predominantly just like the weight pulls, the dock jumping, and
You said hunting, right? You said hunting, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're wanting to do shed hunt. You know, we don't like we run around the woods and they chase squirrels. You know, it is squirrel season. I hadn't shot any in front of them yet, but we are trying to learn shed hunting this year because we've got the Total Dog Invitational coming up in December. It has a $20,000 purse.
Wow.
It's $10,000 to first, and everybody else splits the rest.
Usually.
And part of that is the dog. So your titles, you know, you get bonus points for your titles you have before you. And we need to get some work for shed hunt. And at the show, they have 4 or 5 events. You do a confirmation event, weight, and you can choose your other event, but they have weight, pull, rally, obedience, and scent work, and you get points for how well you do in those.
Yeah.
And we need a few more bonus points this year, so we've got to learn the shed hunting and scent work.
Gotcha.
Before December.
Now,
To get on that.
is that where they take like some sort of like vermin, rodent, whatever? They put it in a small cage and they basically hide it for the dog to find.
Yeah, they have those. I think it's barn hunt there.
Oh.
Where they'll find the rat.
Yeah.
And you'll have a couple of them. And then the other ones that have different smells they'll put in the tube, and it's more or less like a drug dog. They'll figure out which box it's in or which tube, and alert to that.
Yeah. Nice.
Got rats, and then shed hunt where they're doing the real retriever work, going out in the bushes and finding deer antlers. You won't know.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know how. I'd have to try some of that with my dogs. I'm always like super nervous, so that was another reason I wanted you to come on, is because I mean, like a lot of people, just have no idea how to start, and if we need any additional like registration other than just to have the UKC or IKC, like that single registration. Like, does it require any additional like paperwork or anything like that to get involved with that stuff, or you just basically show up?
If you're UKC registered, you can do whatever event they have there. You know, if you're registered. You know what I'm saying? And then, but like ICKC, they don't. It's not actually a registry. It's a show thing. It's more confusing, but they don't register your dog. They don't have sports either. But and like you said, AKC, they want you to fix your dog for the titles to count and to do those. And then everybody else is pretty much no paperwork needed. You just show up, and some of them you pick up a dog on the side of the road and bring it. They don't care, you know, as long as it does it and it has fun, that's what matters.
Yeah. So why do they gotta fix the dog? I mean, what's behind?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
the dog that competes.
That's just how AKC is. you know, some of the people are like, they're purebred, right? But then they don't want any other purebreds to have a chance of getting in with them because they just hate
Yeah.
doodles so bad they don't want anybody to do their stuff.
Yeah.
And
Because
it's
the American Bully is not
counterproductive to me.
recognized by the AKC. That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't see how you show up to an event and you see a dog running and your first thought is, oh, it has balls. Let me get them
Yeah.
kicked out. You know what I mean? Like, the dog's having a good time.
Yeah.
It don't make any sense.
Yeah. Because I mean, when I took Adonis to that Fast Cat, it was I want to say Time to Fly, and they have a Facebook page, Time to Fly. They had this Fast Cat event, and of course, you know, since he's not AKC, I did have his it's called is it Canine Partners? I want to say it's the program that
Sounds right.
AKC. And I can post the website here in a bit. But yeah, I had to fill out some paperwork, and because he wasn't a breed that's technically, you know, accepted as or acknowledged rather in the AKC, they were just like, you can do the fun run, they call it. So you don't get any points. You get a cute little ribbon that tells you his speed and the time that they clocked him at, but you don't get any points towards a title or anything like that. And the only way that you can, though, is if he's fixed.
Yeah, it's just
And I'm like,
he
points off is bad.
he's doing too much, you know, of his thing in the show ring. Why would I? It doesn't make any sense to fix
Right.
that. Let alone, you know, just in general, it doesn't. They're just trying to keep other people out. It feels like,
Hey,
and that,
Adam
like here in Arkansas,
What'd you say,
Adam
Caleb?
Fields put balls to the wall.
yeah.
Oh man.
No, we don't any shows or any events except AKC, and we can't do them. I have to travel everywhere to do a dog show because we're not, you know, we're not good enough for them yet. But we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Lord willing, Lord willing. I was last night I was watching. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. If you haven't, you need to. It's hysterical. It's called Best in Show. It's a satire. It's a comedy about essentially the Westminster show, and how people get really, you know, crazy about it, and you know all these breeds of dog and these crazy people that handle them and own them and everything. And I just remember looking at that and being like, oh my gosh, like what happens like if you know bully owners, breeders, and handlers end up in a show like that? You know, oh my gosh, because I mean we're you know our shows are nothing like Westminster at
Yeah.
present,
Well,
so it'd be
it's all the
wild
same but
to be
different,
there.
you know. I think they're coming out with a part two of that movie sometime soon.
So
Actually, yeah, it's a classic.
another one.
Yeah, but no, it's neat to see American Bullies, and everyone that's just viewing in, we're really just talking about American Bullies, just aside, just showing companionship, things like that. Actually doing, you know, sporting events, duck diving, different horses, weight pulling, things like that, just to show a just a different thing than what we're used to, because we don't see those, you know, ABKC, BRC, ICBR, things like that. You don't see a lot of these. I would like to go to
No,
the, you know, I'd like to go to AKC, UKC shows, because I heard it's a whole lot different. You know, just kind of expand what the American Bullies do, and that's neat that they allow the American Bullies to take in those, because I'm sure at one point, not too long ago, yeah, American Bullies were not looked at to compete. But yeah,
yeah. People still look at, you know, bullies can't do nothing. You know, that's why we go show up. And they say show dogs can't do the stuff, so we do that. And then we actually hosted the last ABKC weight pull there. It was here in Little Rock at one of Christina's shows. And we're trying to get that come out, but we got to get people to show up, you know. It's a lot of work to move all that weight, basically. I need more people to show up. We can do it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and there was there was this discussion not too long ago because I think UKC just recently did a whole 10 years of American Bullies, and
Oh, yeah.
and so you know there was some contention I think on that because some people were saying, oh, you know, some of the dogs in these in these pictures don't represent our breed standard. And of course, then the main response is, well, if that's all that showed up, then that's what they took pictures of. That's what they judged. Versus, obviously, just like we said, if if more people showed up, they'd obviously have a better, idea.
Well, one thing that hurts the people that hate on the UKC, their dogs, when they show up, they think they're not rewarding the bully. Well, that you have to have a clean bite, and the dog has to be able to move. If it can't move smooth and it doesn't have a good bite, it's not going to do well in UKC right now. Unfortunately, they have the bite is a DQ or eliminating fault, whichever one. You can't win with it right now, but that should get. Well, let me say, I'm not going to say you can't. You're not supposed to. There's dogs out there with them that do win, and I'm okay with it because I think it should only be a fault myself.
Mm-hmm.
But that's supposed to get changed before long to actually be just a fault. And that'll help that type thing everybody's talking about a lot. They show up and do it. There's an ABKC top 10 right now. King Kilo, he just got his UKC Grand Champ last week. It's not like they can't do it. If you bring a quality dog out, it can win.
Absolutely. I mean, some of the champions that I've seen, and even grand champions that are American Bully grand champions in the UKC are just, I mean, they're beautiful animals, and
Grand Champ John Wayne was out a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got to put him in a weight pull harness and see what he would do.
How did he do?
He was learning. We didn't do any event. He was getting the idea.
That's awesome.
Maybe he'll come out
last weekend.
That's a good looking little meatball. I love me some John Wayne.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
bad dude.
Do you ever show in ABKC? Do you show in ABKC also?
Yeah, but I really don't leave my state for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to spend too much money traveling for the same old thing.
Yeah. So what do you think? Because you're heavy UKC. We've gone to a lot of ABKC, things like that. So what's the difference between the two, and why do you particularly stay with UKC?
A lot of it is it's the events. There's more to do.
Yeah.
If I travel somewhere for the bully show, it's just Saturday. But if I go UKC, it's 2 or 3 days, and there's more events for the dog to do, more for us to achieve and play and just enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
Let me see. And it does feel like they acknowledge the overall dog more. And I get it on both sides. You hate to spend money and you're just not doing well, and you should. It's like it's a conundrum. Once they meet in the middle, everything will be golden.
Yeah. Because I know that. I know that Adam had brought it up as well. Some of the differences can be the fact that it seems like there's no booths, so you're like, well, where do I set up? And there's no music, which a form of human entertainment versus obviously entertaining your dog or anything like that. But there's normally music, so there's an ambiance, at shows as you can see and whatnot. But
there's a definite difference in when you're hanging out with the quieter crowd at UKC. There's no music playing, nothing blaring, and then the bully registries are real loud. But dang, I forgot where I was going with that one. What was the first part of your question?
I just said that there was no booths, like so there were.
Oh yeah, the booths, the fees and stuff. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I've got to pay for me to come in the building. I got to pay for my dog to come in. I've got to pay for a crate spot. I got to pay for a booth. I could spend those fees on dog sporting events instead, and we're over here doing dock diving and lure course and weight pull. It just feels like a better deal to me. Now the trophies aren't as nice, but I'm not doing it for trophies,
Right. I like me some ribbons, but at the same time, I also I like not.
I don't know where they would store all those trophies. If I had as many trophies as I got ribbons, it'd be a shame. Wouldn't have nowhere to put all that mess. I'd run out of shoe boxes quick.
The shadow box on the wall wouldn't cover it. It just wouldn't cover it.
Yeah, not even. I do like the bully shows. We went to USBR Nationals a couple months ago, and that was a good time there.
Nice. Where
So,
was that held?
somewhere in Texas, or maybe it was Oklahoma. I don't know.
It was.
I don't know if it was.
I can't remember. Mary
I
had
think it
told me
was
once.
Texas. It was hot as hell. I know that. Yeah, bad hot.
I believe that. I believe that. The Midwest has been on fire lately compared. Like
Hey,
we thought it
Jonathan
was
said,
hot here in the South.
yeah,
Mm-mm. There
Say
was in
what?
Mesquite.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was it. I thought you said these mosquitoes. I thought you saw one.
Not where you at. We can't only see you.
hey,
I ain't got no porch light. I couldn't. I wouldn't turn it on anyway with these bugs.
they'll be all over you, man. Hey, Adam asked a good question. Does the UKC recognize the different size classes? Or are they all jumbled? You know, kind of like AB.
No, it's all the same to them. You know, but they don't penalize. They don't have different classes, but they don't penalize it for being over or under as long as it's proportional and balanced. The first female champion American Bully ever was the ABKC pocket champion. That's actually Watson's mom. Well, you know, there's XLs that are Grand Champ UKC and everything else.
So
As long as you bring up,
I'm hearing this right. So UKC is just American Bully. They all go in the ring together. They all compete.
yep.
Okay.
It looks kind of funny, but it's no different than you would say a best of winners. You know, at a bully show, because then you got Pocket, Classic, Standard, XL there. You know, they're all in there in the ring at once.
Yeah.
That's basically what UKC does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in the ring. I want to say it was at Ottaville. They had a show there earlier this year, and Adonis was the biggest dog in the ring. Everybody else was like pockets or standard height classics, and I was like, oh my god, he's like a
It
horse
can
compared
make
to
it a little
these
harder
dogs.
when you stand out like that.
He's probably like puppies, thinking like, oh my god, why am I in the ring with these
So
tiny meatballs?
Oh
how many
man,
American Bullies are normally showing up at the UKC shows?
No.
it depends. It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
You can have 10, 12, 15, but there might be 3 or 4, you know. I think there's one coming up in Georgia. There's supposed to be 20, 25, maybe more. Hopefully a bunch will show up. Hopefully I can make it.
Well, because there's that one in Perry coming up, you said?
Yeah.
I think that's a 4-day event too. So I mean, they have quite a few days, but I can't remember if because if you go to the UKC website, they have all their shows posted. And I couldn't remember if there was lure coursing there or not, or any other performance on any of those
there
days.
is weight pull.
Okay,
there might be rally.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're going to try to go, but it's right in the middle of my busy season, so it's not looking great. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Like smack dab and like right as the beginning of fall, and rolls around, you're like, crap, there's so much to do. Yeah. Because I know that I'm not, I don't think I'm going to be able to make all 4 days, but the goal is to try and make it there for at least 2 shows, because, I've been since that Ottaville show to any UKC, and I kind of feel like it's
Hey, in AKC,
showing up is the hard part.
do you have to have a club to enter? Like, I know there's.
Well, I know that was it the River? Oh crud! For the Ottaville, it didn't require you to be a member of a kennel club, but it was held by River City. River City Kennel Club was the host of the show, but you didn't have to be a member in order to compete.
Yeah.
I do not know if that's different in any other state though, or in any other city you're in, or
And
any other show.
You show up to the door, they're gonna sit there and say, "What club are you in?" And they're gonna say,
yours. I'm in yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me in.
I'm here to show. Put me in whatever club I need to go. Just let me in.
Yeah. $20, man. Come on, let me in.
That's right.
Right. You want this money or not?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
All these questions.
Yeah, I would like to go to other registries to see the quality of the show, see the different dogs, things like that, see how it's ranked. Just difference of it.
Yeah, it is fun seeing all the different things. You know,
Mhm.
it's all different. You learn something different.
Bruce, let's go.
Well,
I go
like I
watch.
said, there's that one in Perry coming up, and I know I was gonna plan on dragging your wife out there, Caleb.
Hey, Bruce. Hey,
Let's go. Let's go.
we
Yeah.
man.
We've been talking about it for months now. I don't know
What
where
what
Yeah.
you've
day?
been.
What day song is it on?
Labor Day weekend, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's on actual
Uh,
Labor Day weekend, so I think is it the weekend that's after ABKC in
Yeah,
Columbia?
yeah, because theirs is in August.
Yeah, there's like the one of the last weekends in August, and then the first
yeah.
weekend of September is when it is, and I want to say it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Sure.
or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days.
Yeah, I'm going with Bruce because they're not going to stop Bruce at the door. They're what club? Look at Bruce. I'm getting in with him.
Just
No, man, they just want everybody with dog. Come on in.
Yes,
yeah.
but
Well, and
The Tennessee shows usually have a bunch.
yeah, I've heard there's several in Tennessee, and that's the thing is when you search for the shows on the UKC website, there's filters. You can actually filter like time frames that you're looking for and or event types that you're looking for, whether it be confirmation or shows or whatever. But you can also look at regions.
yeah.
So
I want to ask the question: how does the point system work?
For what? Or for what? For the confirmation?
yeah, I think if you're showing, yeah. So I think confirmation is what he's asking.
Bruce,
Yeah, I might be misquoting, but you get 5 and 10 points for first place and best female. And don't get me wrong on the points, but you get I think you got to get 150 and 3 majors to get your first champ. And
I think
then
so. Right.
I think grand champ is 5 champion wins with
okay.
competition.
So it's a lot like
Yeah, just without the varieties.
Yeah. Now, once you reach grand champion, is there, or even champion, are there tiers of that, like they
Yeah,
use at ICKC?
once you get to in UKC, once you get to a grand champ, you have a emerald grand champ, ruby grand champ, sapphire, and diamond grand champ.
okay.
And right now, there's only ever been 2 diamond grand champ bullies ever. It's Grand Champ Maui and Grand Champ Watson. And Maui, he was that UKC standard so bad. He was a ABKC top 10 and best in show winner. He's number one. It can't be that much different.
Yeah.
And let me see, with ICKC, they also have some silvers and platinums. Grand Champ, Supreme Grand Champ. It's all kinds of mess. I don't understand theirs.
Yeah.
But with UKCs, so to get an Emerald Grand Champ, you have to get 5 legs. Say you got to beat 7 bullies, or let me see, so many Grand Champions. But then once you get to past Ruby and you get to Ruby or Sapphire, you have to beat, those legs go up higher. You have to beat more dogs to get a leg or a best in show.
Yeah,
It gets harder as you tier up.
imagine so. Dang. I like the idea of competing against vastly different breeds because obviously, a lot of the registries that we go to are typically bully breeds in nature. I know the ICBR is a they're an all breed, but at the same time, not all breeds show up. Predominantly, it's mostly bullies to date, just that I've seen at the specific shows I've been at. But yeah, the idea of our bullies getting in a ring with golden retriever or a GSP or
Well, when we first started UKC and in the companion group, it looked real funny. You got this big bad dog in the front of the ring, and all these little fluffy dogs were behind us. It
isn't there with a
felt
pug?
funny, and sometimes they'd pick their dog up and hold it, But now they know not to worry. They know the bullies are fun-loving, nothing to worry about. But that is what's fun, is you find out where you stand against real show dogs. You know, we get to compete against dogs that are at Westminster. You know, we see where we're at on that. It's fun to get out there with people that know what they're doing. You know, they make me look silly as can be, but I'm trying to learn something from them.
Yeah, and it's a different. I feel that it's also the people that are significantly different at a UKC show. I actually had this at the Altaugaville show. I walk in the door, and of course I noticed no booths. So look at him, so there's no booths. I was like, oh crap, well, where do I set up? Well, this lady sees me and she walks up to me and she's just like, hey, you look a little lost. Can I help you? And I was like, he's already pre-registered. I just need to find a place to be so I can set his crate up. And she literally helped me find a place, set up his crate, got me my number, everything. Like, she helped me. And then I found out she actually has an American Bully herself. And
nice.
So I mean, it's just one of those things where it was a totally different feeling, you know.
Yeah, we want the competition. Well, come on in, we'll help you set up. You know, I'll even help you show dogs, you know, as long as I don't have one in the class.
Like, do you have a handler? And I was like, no, I mean, I'm handling. She's like, you sure?
See?
Not anymore. I'm not. Shit. Does anybody else have any questions for Jonathan? I've been trying to keep an eye on the comments, and luckily we've gotten some of these questions answered. But did you guys notice any other questions that were in the comment section?
I didn't even notice the comment section there.
Hmm?
I just realized there was a comment section.
Welcome to the show. Let's see here. I'm scrolling up through the comments to see if I can find any questions that haven't already either been answered or addressed or anything like that. Not seeing much, because luckily we actually have Mary on here on the comments, and she's actually answering people's questions.
There you go. That'll work out.
I
seen something about her Cocker Spaniel. Those are fun to watch in the weight pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's what gets me. When people yell, bullies aren't supposed to be dogs. Well, why is this Cocker Spaniel able to do it, but your bully can't? You know, the problem's not wrong with what we're doing or with how we read the standard. It's something's wrong with your dog.
Yeah.
Hey, question. Do you have to fix your female too? You know, like how you're saying that, is it just the balls, or does the female got to be spaded too?
Well, they're supposed to be, but they can't see that from over there.
Exactly. So
yeah,
they don't
it's easier to fight a female.
Yeah. There's no like.
And even with balls, man, they have nudicles, little fake things you put in there.
Yeah.
I just tell them you got those, man. I don't know. Check it out. They're hard plastic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy.
Adam asked, how many different registries would you recommend having your dog registered in? Would you just go for all of them, or are there specific ones you'd want to avoid, or?
I use 4 right now. UKC, ABKC, USBR, and ADBA. But mostly the one I'd say keep is UKC, because everybody accepts it. And then when you got breed-specific legislation, the only exemptions that are ever mentioned are UKC or AKC dogs. Now, UKC paperwork's the one that's going to help you.
Yeah.
So don't get rid of that one. You know, that's my 2 big things.
Yeah.
But you know, I'd say dual register them all at least.
Yeah. Because I know that with Adonis, like literally almost as soon as I got his ABKC paperwork, I was already getting his UKC as well.
I hear that the single register, not single, but the open registry part of UKC Bully is going to close. So they're get your single registered dog, single registered while you can.
Like today. Yeah. they're definitely hammering down on it, which I totally understand. So
No, I appreciate it.
let's see here, kind of. Oh yeah. I can't remember the actual statistic. I'm not a statistic per se, but what about the purple ribbon, like on the UKC paperwork? Like, okay, so what qualifies a dog to have the PR on their name on UKC paperwork? Do you know?
The purple ribbon is just the 14 nearest ancestors. The first full 3 generations are all registered as the same breed. That's all that means. It's a designation, not a title. And I don't understand why people want it so bad, because it says the wrong breed. And when you do the breed transfer, you lose the purple ribbon, but you don't lose the pedigree or none of that.
Yeah.
You know, the dogs will still be there. They'll just take off the registration numbers and the confirmation titles. And why are you bragging about your dog pit bull titles, right? You don't want that on there anyway.
Yeah, precisely. I was about to say, because that's true. Like, because there's I know that at one point, they had a deadline for people to make that transfer from American Pit Bull Terrier to American Bully on their paperwork, and it was, yeah. I mean, it's been met with so much resistance and I even personally know people that are like, I'm not, getting rid of my PR status. Why would I want to lose that? I'm just like, because it's the wrong effing breed on your paperwork. Yeah. It's like,
that's all it does, is it tells you that your paperwork's wrong. I think Jason Tryline is the only bully breeder that has actual purple ribbon bullies. And the way a lot of us breed, that's amazing to me. In 10 years, they haven't done 3 full gens. Like, a lot of folks, they put out a lot of litters.
Mm-hmm.
You could have put that up by now.
Right. You should have met that accolade by now.
No, you would think. Like, shoot for it. Somebody's got to do it besides Tryline.
Right. Oh, no, absolutely. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm looking for. Look at Mary. She's answering all these questions.
She's on it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's good at it. She's good.
Oh, I know it. I feel always like such a burden, because I'm always like asking her like everything. I'm always going straight to her. I'm just like, Mary, what do I do?
No, don't worry. People will be pestering you for the answer soon. People will be asking you for the answer soon. You'll know what you're doing before long.
Lord, I mean, I hope I know what I'm doing, but oh God, the questions. Oh man. But any other questions, guys, or anything like that?
I enjoyed this. It gives a different perspective on what the American Bully can do, and different things that you can get in, different clubs, different registries, different events. So thank you. And thank you for taking time to really show, different things that you can get into. If you're not into confirmation shows, there's different things you can get your American Bullies into. So I've enjoyed it. So thank you. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you. Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes,
definitely.
I look forward to meeting you in person, and man, I would love to see you at an event and see what these dogs can do.
Well,
pulling and things.
If you go to Perry, you'll see them.
Yes.
I'm gonna try. I can't make any promises, but I'm gonna try.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely love to see you.
But man,
all right, y'all be good.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yes. Have a good night.
Two trains.